Welcome to Hey Mom, We Never Prepared for This, the show where we have the tough conversations around aging and caring for a loved one. Whether you're an adult child or an aging parent or anyone caring for a loved one, this podcast is for you. I am your host, Angela Vanderpool, and each episode we dive into actionable tips, heartfelt stories, and expert guidance to support you on your journey. Let's get started. Hey friends, welcome back to Hey Mom, We Never Prepared for This. Today we're talking about something that doesn't always get named out loud, but almost every family/person has felt it at some point. And that's loneliness. The quiet kind, the kind that slowly creeps in as life gets smaller. And if you're listening because you're wondering about your mom or your dad or someone you love, this episode is for you. Many older adults genuinely value their independence. They like their routines, their space, even their quiet. And at first, living alone can feel peaceful, but over time, sometimes that quiet can change. Sometimes the social circles can shrink, maybe driving becomes harder, or friends move away, or unfortunately pass away. Sometimes energy is lower and outings take more effort. And slowly, what once felt like choice starts to feel like absence and missing out. Families often notice the subtle shifts. A loved one doesn't talk much about friends anymore. Familiar activities fall off the calendar. Visits feel quieter, maybe less animated. Conversations feel shorter. And there's just less enthusiasm and sparkle. And I want to just say these changes are not just a part of aging. They are signs that connection is missing. And connection is not optional for human beings at any age. I've spent nearly 2 decades working in senior living. And if there's one thing I know in my bones, it's this. People don't just need care as they age, they need companionship and socialization. I've watched residents absolutely transform, not because of a fancy dining room or fancy programs, but because they had someone to sit with, someone to eat lunch with, or play cards with, or just walk down the hallway with, even someone to say, "See you tomorrow." I've seen people arrive withdrawn and quiet, and months later, they're laughing at the dining room table, maybe arguing about a card game or planning their next activity. Nothing about who they were changed, just their environment did. We know without question that social connection directly affects emotional health, cognitive function, physical well-being, and longevity. And regular connection can help lower anxiety and depression, improve memory and focus, encourage movement and routine. It can even improve sleep and appetite and is known for reducing stress and inflammation. In fact, socially engaged seniors have significantly lower risks of depression and dementia and are far more likely to maintain a sense of purpose. Conversation is a workout for the brain. Shared meals improve nutrition. Laughter lowers stress hormones. Isolation does the opposite. And this isn't about just being busy, it's about truly belonging. Here's what I've learned over the years. It's not the big events that matter most, it's the small, everyday moments. That morning cup of coffee with your neighbor, a familiar face at breakfast that smiles, maybe a game of cards in the afternoon, or even just sitting together in silence, or maybe even just being greeted by name. These moments create rhythm, and rhythm creates safety, and safety creates connection. One of the most beautiful things about senior living communities is that connection that is built but is never forced. You don't have to plan your outings. You don't have to drive. You don't have to work up the energy to be social. People are just simply there in the hallways, at meals, in activities, in shared spaces. And that matters more than most families realize. Because when connection is easy, people engage more naturally on their own terms. Some residents love group activities. Some prefer quieter conversations. Both are honored. The key difference, they are not alone unless they choose to be. The best communities don't just fill calendars, they create meaningful engagement. That can look like many different things, from small group discussions, creative art or music, gentle movement, faith-based or reflection gatherings, celebrations and shared traditions, book clubs, storytelling. All of these experiences help friendships form naturally without pressure. And over time, those small interactions deepen into real relationships. Friendships in senior living don't usually happen all at once. They grow slowly over those quiet moments. And eventually, those moments turn into inside jokes, shared routines, and just genuine care and concern for each other. Belonging starts when someone knows your name, notices when you're not there, invites you gently, and makes space for you. And that sense of belonging can change everything. I think another thing families often underestimate is the role of the team members. The connection built between team members and residents can be very powerful. They will notice when someone seems withdrawn. They can help make those introductions. They can encourage, but not force. They can also observe mood changes, and they can create emotional safety. That kind of support helps residents feel confident in trying new things and trusting new relationships. I've had many family members tell me things like, "She's laughing again. He's eating so much better. They sound so much happier on the phone." And perhaps most importantly, families feel relief. Relief knowing their loved one has companionship between visits, is seen and known daily, and has people who notice changes. And they are living with dignity and joy. That peace of mind really matters to family members. If you're wrestling with the idea of senior living, I want you to hear this. Moving into a community is not about giving something up. It's about gaining something back. Things like connection, purpose, belonging, and joy. And after 18 years of watching this unfold again and again, I can say with confidence, loneliness is not an inevitable part of aging, but connection must be intentional, and most people regret not making this decision sooner. Thank you today for spending some time with us. If this episode made you think of someone you love, ask the gentle questions, notice the small changes, and trust what you're seeing. And remember, you don't have to have all the answers right now. We're just starting this conversation. Until next time, I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for tuning in to Hey Mom, We Never Prepared for This. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. It really helps us reach more adult children and their aging parents and loved ones. Special thanks to our sponsor, Dharma Healthcare Management, for supporting the show. Stay tuned for more honest conversations to help you find peace, clarity, and community with others who understand what you're going through. And we'll see you next time on Hey Mom, We Never Prepared for This.